Hello, my name is Carson Boyne, and I've been asked to give y'all a persuasive speech for my speech class. And the topic I chose today was why our health code should be stricter, especially in the U.S. In the U.S., 43% of the population is considered obese and overweight, which is a number much greater than the national average, which is only 16%. And it makes us ask the question, like, what are our health code people doing, and like what restrictions are we putting and stuff like that. We struggle with so many different diseases and different causes of death. We have a lot of toxic food preservatives and additives in our food, and really we aren't public about the dangers of it. And that's what I want to bring to y'all today, is why we should be paying more attention to all of this stuff. My first point I like to come across is just the overwhelming rates of death that is linked to obesity and overweightness. 80 to 90% of the people that are dying in the US are linked to obesity. And this can be seen through red dye being linked to ADHD, red dye 40, and then other toxic additives that are linked to cancer, diabetes, cardiovascular health issues, and much larger on a big scale. And in the US, it's like there's 10,000 legal preservatives and additives, opposed to places like Europe where there's only 300 to 400 allowed preservatives. And it just makes you ask the question, like, why are we allowing so many different of these toxic things in our country? And what is our government doing about it? And you might think that, okay, they're cutting down on all this stuff, cutting down on the additives and preservatives, they're feeding the people in their own country, but there has been no sign of decreasing, but yet increasing by 10% in the past 10 years. And that's concerning, seeing that our health of the country we live in is in declining, and it's not getting any better. And the second point I like to come across is just what are we doing? How are we promoting this awareness? Because past the nutrition things, the overtaking sodium, or why too much sugar is bad for you, or really going into detail the bigger dangers of this. Like, all that the U.S. government has really done, from what I've studied, is give us drugs that help us lose weight, but they're not getting to the nitty-gritty of it, of the real issues that come from the toxic additives and preservatives in the food they feed us. And this is really scary, seeing that so many deaths that are linked to the things that come from the food and stuff in the U.S. is to all these dangerous stuff, and they're just giving us more drugs to, temporarily fix the issue that is the obvious issue. And our last main point is just things that we can do to promote the awareness, because we can leave warnings, we can leave stuff on our soda cans, and just promote it at school, all the dangers. And you look at the marketing they have, and it's like, it's easy to get to, the processed food is cheap, and they put all these colorful things on all these little cereal boxes and stuff that we feed our kids. And in fact, they're not teaching us the dangers, they're actually promoting the dangers that are in the food. And that's scary, as what's healthy for you, the prices are increasing, but what's not, they're cheap and easy to access to. And part of it is just because how many preservatives and additives we provide as a country. And that just sparking the question, like, we need to start cutting on all these dangerous things for the health. We need to start doing that for the people and the future of America. And these are just some points to this really big matter, but this is what I've prepared today, and why the government should be taking farther measures to pay attention to the stuff we feed the consumers, and really just overall, like, the future of America, because this is where we're heading as a country. And if we're losing 80 to 90% of the people that die from these diseases, like the cancers and the cardiovascular, that's a real big portion that we cannot ignore as a country. But I appreciate you guys for taking your time to listen to what I had prepared, and that's all.